some, you can say, moral instructions regarding, but to give moral instruction, I would like to step, because you are very learned people, to give simply a moral instruction regarding a system is something else, and to give the framework for a political or economic system, there is something else. There is a hell of difference between the two. So when you will ask your government for influence to come under the influence of religion, they will ask you, yes, we are ready to get your influence, but give us such a system which would compete the requirements of the modern age. So your answer would be that our book, religious book, does not provide these kind of details.
We would like our government to ask the church for advice when they make legislation, when they make new laws. We would want them to ask
the church.
Advice.
Yes. Very right. Again, this is very good point. This is very good point. It means that when you will ask the government to be under the influence of religion, and the government will ask you, yes, give us the guideline, so you will ask the government that you may ask our church. So what is church? It means you are meaning that you may ask our head of the church. You mean that ask the head of the church. You say father or priest or head of the church, priest, which means you are asking the government to ask the priest. Now from where priest will give the guideline? Again the question remains the same. My dear friend, I would like to concentrate on the issue. From where priest would give the answer? From where priest would give the guideline to the government? Because the religious book is the same, which is in your hand, which is in the hand of the priest, and it is the gospel. It is the Bible, the holy book. So priest cannot get any detailed framework of political system from gospel or from New Testament, but he will give the guideline, and this would be the guideline of the priest, not the guideline of the gospel. This would be the guidance given by the priest, head of the church, by the religious leader, not the guideline given by the divinely revealed book. But the difference is, when we will ask our government that you should be under the influence of Islam, the government will ask, yes, we accept the influence of religion, of Islam, but give us the guideline. So we will never say that ask our mosque, ask our head of the mosque, ask our alim, scholar, or ask our priest. No, we will say ask the Quran, ask the book, and book will answer. It will say that this is the system, legal system, this is the constitutional structure, this is the economic structure. This is the basic reason that the religion of Islam has become workable and practicable, and it fulfills the requirements of the age, the requirements of the government, and this is the reason that the government accepts its influence. And all aspects of the human life of the society are becoming under the influence of religion, because our book provides them guidance. This is the basic reason.
But then what?
I think the point is clear.
Very clear.
Very nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But what was the situation then? What happened when you had a Muslim Shah of Iran, who I guess that it was his wish that any person in Iran should be Muslim. Yeah, that must have been his wish, and he would allow it with cordiality and with happiness that any person in Iran should be a good Muslim. But what was the difference? From the system of the political system of the Shah in Iran, and then the system which is now in Iran, according to your theory about asking Muslim spirituality.
According to you, what was the, you can say, the reason or necessity of the revolution?
Yes, no, well, yes, and is Iran now a better Muslim country than it was when the
I will explain.
Muslim Shah was there?
That's right. I will explain. The answer to this question is that the change which has occurred through the Khomeini regime has two sides, it has two effects, one positive and second negative. As far as the positive effect is concerned, the change in the morale of the people, the change in the moral and ethical aspects of the people, life of the people, this is positive one. I mean, in old days, since the government was secular, in old days, in the period of Shah, the government was secular. The government practically did not believe in the enforcement of the religion. So the people were following the male practices against Islamic life. The people. You can say drinking and adultery and so, all male practices which are completely forbidden by the Islam, though these practices were prevalent, and the government had no interest in enforcing the practices of Islam. So as far as this aspect is concerned, this has, you can say, provided a positive change up to this extent. As far as the political aspect is concerned, the Khomeini regime has also, you can say, adopted the oppressive manner which is against Islam, which is not Islam. So this is the negative, this is not recommended by Islam, and that aspect is positive. So this is the situation of Iran.
Will you then understand me when I say we have some experience through history? We have tried in Europe to have Christian countries. We had in the Middle Ages in Switzerland. That was not a happy one. The idea and the dream was happy enough, but the result of it was very much like what we are unhappy about in Iran now.
I have understood your point.
If we go to Egypt, wouldn't you think that the Muslims of Egypt and the Christians of Egypt, they will very much agree about what is happy family life against adultery and against divorce and against drinking? Would you find that the Christians of Egypt and the Muslims of Egypt, they do very much cooperate about making a happy social daily life for families and for normally moral and justice in the country?
That's right. Again, the point remains the same. You have no doubt, you have made some practices in history to influence the government and influence the all aspects of social life, that the state or society should be Christian society. But the question again remains the same, that this influence was partial influence only up to the extent of religious ceremonies, religious aspects. The question remains the same, that in those days when the societies or states were influenced by Christianity, again even in those days the political system could not be evolved from gospel or Bible. The constitutional structure could not be evolved from gospels and Bibles. Even in those days, the cultural setup of the society, and you can say the economic setup of the society, could not be evolved from the religious and holy book, because the basic reason that this holy book does not provide guidelines regarding these aspects of the life. So this is my point upon which I am going to step. Whereas, yes, that's right. Yes, this is the reason. Whereas as compared to Quran, all of these sets of the life instructions have been given. This is the basic point. It's clear?
Very clear.
Thank you very much.
Now,
किस वक्त चलना चाहिए?
yes, on this slide.
Yeah. We have some time.
Yes.
This is very nice talk. Very nice talk. Very
I'd
happy.
like, if I might, add one comment to this political governing system. We have, even in the Bible, we have some very good examples of how God instructs a ruler or a person to act in a specific way, in a specific situation. We can read about Joseph, who was actually governing Egypt at that time. Joseph, the son of Jacob, Isaac, the son of Abraham.
Yeah. But this
and he was told by God in a specific situation to do a specific thing, to store the grain from 7 good years.
That's right.
And still today, God is speaking to people to act in a specific way, in a specific situation. And I believe that if our rulers would only listen to God, He would instruct them the way they should go. If they would meditate on His word, He would speak to them, even today.
That's right. But I think your friends and our brothers will agree with this thing, that this is simply, you can say, a moral and spiritual instruction, not the basis of a full-fledged system.